Hey everybody, this is Fleeting ASMR back with another video for you guys today. And today I wanted to do another book haul. So if you couldn't tell, a lot of the content on this channel is book related. I read almost constantly and I am constantly getting new books, for better or for worse. So I wanted to share 4 books with you guys today. One of them is nonfiction. I'm sorry, 2 of them are nonfiction, and the other 2 are fiction. And a couple of them are sequels that I've actually shared the first book on this channel before, so I'll reference those when it comes up. So if you like book content, if you like ASMR, definitely keep watching. We are almost to 50 subscribers. I'm so excited. I think we're at 45 subscribers right now. So definitely like, comment, and subscribe. If you do subscribe, comment down below that you subscribed and I'll definitely reply to you in the comments. So without further ado, let's get into it. The first book I have here, I already started, as you can see. This is the second book in the Court of Thorns and Roses series by Sarah J. Maas. I, so far, am loving this. I can't put this book down. Honestly, I had to put it down to film this video, and I could read another, 200 pages tonight. The way that Sarah J. Maas writes is just so encapsulating and makes me want to read the entire series in one night. Obviously, this is a large book, and the other books in the series are this large or even larger, so it wouldn't be able to happen realistically, but I am in love with this book. And side note, the color is like one of my favorite colors of this cover, so that is the first one that I got. I'm gonna go ahead and read the back for you guys. Ooh, this might be a spoiler. So I started to read the back and I realized that this is a little bit of a spoiler. And I really don't want to do that for people who haven't read this series yet, because I know that when something gets spoiled for me, I lose interest. So please read this series. And if you have already read A Court of Thorns and Roses, definitely let me know. The next fiction book is The Secret History by Donna Tartt. I picked up this book on a recommendation by someone that I watch here on YouTube, a YouTube personality. She's pretty famous, Brittany Broski. I love her content. If you don't know who she is, then honestly you probably live under a rock, because she's very popular now and she loves this book. I'm super excited to read this book, and more than one person has told me to read it, so definitely into it. It is a very thick book, about as thick as that first book I showed, and I didn't expect it to be that thick. I'm not really sure why, but it is an international bestseller, and I am going to read the back. Under the influence of a charismatic classics professor, a group of clever, eccentric misfits at a New England college discover a way of thought and life a world away from their banal contemporaries. But their search for the transcendent leads them down a dangerous path beyond human constructs of morality. So it gives you a little bit of a taste of what to expect, but definitely very vague. And I am super excited to hop into this. That'll probably be the next one I read after I'm done with the current nonfiction that I'm reading. A lot of the time, I allow myself one nonfiction and one fiction book at a time, just so that I don't misconstrue stories in my head, more or less with the fiction books. If I read 2 series at the same time, there will be things that get tangled up in my brain, so. The next book is actually a sequel to one of the books that I showed, I think, in one of my first videos. This is Living Untethered. That's the sequel to An Untethered Soul, or The Untethered Soul. I'm not really sure off the top of my head which one it is, but I loved that book, and I would read it 100 more times. So when I saw this at Target, and I saw that it was 20% off, I definitely wanted to snag it, and I'm going to go ahead and read the back for you guys. Isn't it time you started living untethered? We all want to feel more joy, happiness, and deeper meaning in our lives, but are we looking in all the wrong places? When our sense of fullness depends on things or people outside of ourselves, a coveted job, a new house, a lavish vacation, or even a new relationship, sooner or later we're bound to feel unsatisfied. That's why we must look inside for real freedom, love, and inspiration. But how do we embark on this inner journey? At once profoundly transcendent and powerfully practical, living untethered is your compass on a journey towards self-realization and unconditional happiness. On each page, you'll find clear guidance for moving beyond the thoughts, feelings, and habits that keep you stuck. You'll also discover a deeper understanding of where your thoughts and emotions come from, uncover your natural energy flow, and find freedom from the psychological scars or samskaras that keep you from reaching your highest potential. If you're ready to stop struggling and start experiencing, this miraculous book will propel you toward a life of liberation, serenity, openness, and self-knowledge. And like I said, this is the sequel to Untethered Soul, and I will be doing a deep dive of these two books once I finish this one, obviously. But like I said, I wholeheartedly loved the first book, and I'm definitely looking forward to diving into this one. It doesn't hurt that it was 20% off either. We love a deal, especially when I'm buying so many books. This is the last book for this haul. This is actually a sequel as well. I did show you guys, I think it was my first book video, The Courage to be Disliked by Ichiro Kishimi and Fumitaki Koga. This is the sequel to that, and this is The Courage to be Happy. Now, like the first one, because I did read a couple pages of this, it is written in that dialogue format. So a young person is speaking to a philosopher, and they're kind of going back and forth, refuting points and bringing up questions, and I find that to be a very interesting way of telling a story and explaining the principles of, I believe, is it, let me double check what philosophy it is, because I said it wrong, I think, in my first video, and I want to make sure I'm saying it correctly. I pronounced it Aldarian, and it's actually Adlerian. Adlerian. Obviously, I think the first book was fantastic. I'm super excited to jump into this one, and I do plan on doing a deeper dive into these two as well. So definitely, if you guys like the deep dives, definitely let me know. I find that a lot of people love book hauls, and when I talk about books and things, those videos usually do better on my channel than other content, so definitely let me know what you prefer down in the comments. And I am going to be reading the synopsis for this one as well. Discover the courage to choose happiness. What if your past didn't define you? What if you could stop worrying about what other people think? What if you could create the life you really wanted? You can. The Courage to be Happy explains how. Profoundly moving and potentially life-changing, this companion to The Courage to be Disliked, the best-selling Japanese phenomenon with more than 4.2 million copies sold worldwide, shares the teachings of Alfred Adler and one of the giants of 19th century philosophy. Told through an illuminating dialogue between a philosopher and a young man, The Courage to be Happy reveals a path to true happiness and teaches you how to choose happiness in the chaos and messiness of everyday life. While The Courage to be Disliked provided the map, this book provides the compass, guiding you on the path to self-discovery and self-love and teaching you how to let go of blame and self-pity, no matter your starting point. Designed to be read on its own or alongside the best-selling first book, The Courage to be Happy reveals a liberating new way to think, empowering you to let go of the past, stop worrying about what you should do, and use this freedom to create the life that you truly desire. We cannot see the future because it's filled with infinite possibilities, As the courage to be happy explains, these infinite possibilities are precisely why we can become the master of our own destinies. The choice is yours to make. There's also a couple of bullet points on the back that I want to read to give you more of an idea about what might be in store in this book. So, it says, free yourself of the past. Treat every moment like a new beginning. Let go of anger and hate. Love yourself in order to love others. Create the future you desire starting today. Which is a little bit reminiscent of, I believe, the last video I put out where I was talking about effortless, about how I said, or about how the author said, rather, that you should choose to start as soon as possible with things like this, because you could look back on your life and regret not being present more frequently and earlier than when you started. So I definitely think if you're someone who is interested in being present and self-improvement, definitely start as soon as you can. I am in a completely different place in my life than I was even 6 months ago, let alone a year to a year and a half ago. At that time, I was borderline miserable, and books like these really helped me dig myself out of the rut that I had dug myself into. So if you're somebody who likes any of these books, definitely check them out. If you do like book content, definitely subscribe to the channel. Like I said, I'm going to be doing a lot more deep dives into these books, and hopefully they'll get better and better over time, and more thought out and thoughtful, just like I think I've slowly gotten better at doing these videos. So definitely stick along for the ride. If you want to subscribe, definitely do so, and I will see you guys very, very soon. My tentative schedule is uploading on Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays, at the very least. Sometimes I make more than one video and I put it out kind of randomly, but a lot of the time I like to stick to the Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Thank you guys so much for joining me in this video, and I will see you guys soon.